All right, everyone, welcome here to a replay cast where we're going to be bringing to you the Paradise League Grand Finale quarterfinals best of three match. This was not streamed over the weekend on the tournament. This is going to be, as I said, a quarterfinals match between TimTeam here and Orcs of Newerth. We have TimTeam on the Legion side, going to be taking on Orcs of Newerth on the Hellborn side. This is game number one, once again in a best of three series. And pretty exciting series coming up for you guys. As well, you may or may not already know the results, but we're going to get to cover these matches here nonetheless, as they were not live streamed. So, pretty excited to get to watch them with all of you. We have the bands just about to conclude here. We have Draconis, Magnus, and Electrician going to be banned out here by the side of Orcs of Newerth. Over the past weekend, we saw lots of dominating performances from the Draconis, just picking up that GPM very, very early on into the game, getting that early mock of brilliance, and starting to just take over the matches. So, for good reason, we see a Draconis ban here coming out on the first ban. The Magnus, the Electrician, some very pesky initiators, very, very strong in this meta. Also, some, you could also look at it as some respect bans. The Draconis against Lil Pamp, the Magnus and the Electrician against Imboboy. So he's very known for playing those in the offlane. We have from the side of TimTeam, we have Pebbles, Aluna, and Revenant going to be blind banned here on the first three bans. The Pebbles ban, respect ban there against Busy P. Plays a great Pebbles in the mid lane. The Aluna and the Revenant bans, I scratched my head at a little bit. The Aluna did receive some nerfs to her Emerald Lightning Stun. The early laning phase doesn't steal as much attack speed anymore. Still a solid hero, but arguably not worthy of a blind ban. The Revenant, I guess that one could be that one could be like a comfort pick or like a signature Orcs of Newerth hero there, as we don't really see a whole lot of Revenant. But an interesting ban nonetheless to get rid of that in the first three bans. So they're gonna go ahead and get rid of those three heroes from the side of TimTeam. Uh, that will be the six bans. We're gonna have the first pick of Puppet Master coming out here from Orcs and Newerth. So Puppet Master got a bit of a buff to his Whiplash. He gets the passive attack speed, and that in conjunction with the Elder Parasite pickup that also received some buffs in the patch. We've been seeing some very strong Puppet Master performances. So he's been getting quite recognized here post patch, even receiving that first pick material. They're going with that carry option in the Puppet Master. And in addition to that Whiplash buff, he got a minor reduction on the Voodoo Puppet's damage, so dealing a bit less burst on the ultimate, but his carry presence a little bit scarier with that addition to the attack speed passively on the Whiplash. So very, very scary hero. He's going to be the first pick coming out here from Orcs. Then we have the Moira Moraxis instant response picks coming out here from TimTeam. So they pick up a support with an initiator. Very strong combination, having those AoE stuns between both the heroes. So very strong early game start if they're able to jump on that Puppet Master and lock him down. We have the Andromeda and the Lord Salforus coming out as the final two picks here. So they go with a support to save that Puppet Master from that eventual jump. And the Lord Salforus, very, very strong tanky presence. We'll most likely see him played in the mid lane, but very, very flexible hero. Could go on the other lanes as well. And they'll look to most likely stack that jungle for him and get him snowballing in that early game. So very strong start to both drafts. We do obviously see the Legion side only picking up two heroes. That's part of the new pick format. One side gets to pick up three, the other side gets to pick up two, and then we'll swap on the second pick phase. So we now have the second wave of bans done. We have the Swiftblade, the Madman, and the Sir Bensington. So it looks like TimTeam is expecting a duo core or a tri-core lineup coming out, so they're respecting those tri-lane heroes, the Switchblade, the Sir Bensington, and then the Madman, which could potentially be a solo, as the Puppet Master could also still go in that tri-lane. So interesting that they do decide to ban those out. I was actually expecting them to ban out initiators. They are still lacking that initiator style of hero. So going to be curious as to what they do pick up for an initiator. But addressing more of these tri-lane heroes is a little bit interesting, as that is not what I was expecting them to kind of go for, with already having the Puppet and the Lord picked up. But nonetheless, we'll see the Chipper, the Sandwraith, and the Gemini. I think these bans are a little bit more solid. The Chipper just really strong this meta, stack in the jungle, focus buffer for early team fights. Um, they have lots of magical damage between the Voodoo Puppet and the Lord Self-Force already picked up, so the Chipper can prevent some of that undying damage, stop those tick downs of the kills with the undying. Pretty strong ban there. The Sandwraith and the Gemini, um, very popular in this meta. Gemini specifically, a respect ban against TimTeam or TimTeam. Yeah, I gotta get that right. They used to be called Team Tim, but they swapped their name to mess me up as a caster. But yeah, the Gemini ban makes a lot of sense. We see a lot of Gemini from them, as they do have multiple Gemini players. Imaboy and Puppet Soul play that Gemini very well. So we'll see those as the bans. Now we have the two picks coming up from our Legion side, which will be Voodoo Jester and Kraken. So they do not reveal a carry just yet. They will pick up another initiator with another support. So very aggressive lineup here between the two supports and the two initiators. Portal keys very key here for our Legion side going into that 12 to 15 minute mark. So they will be looking to get those good starts on those initiators. And they still have the carry to pick up. Looks like we'll probably see some type of a hard carry perhaps. But the pool is wide open in their favor for what they want to pick. Or not in their favor, but they have plenty of options to choose from, rather. The final two picks from Orcs of Newerth here on our Hellborn side, they will pick up a Wretched Hag and a Master of Arms. So they do end up going with a Tricore here. So it appears that they were correct in expecting that Tricore, but they pick up a Wretched Hag as the third core here. And Master of Arms looks like he'll be a second support, as they already have too many farmers picked up. And he will need to back up that Andromeda. Lots of minus armor coming out from the supports, but I do feel like they have a lot of magic damage on their cores, so it is kind of a mixed feeling for me having the Andromeda and the Master of Arms as supports with having very focused magical damage cores, so they won't really be able to take advantage of having a hard-hitting physical damage carry. You could argue Puppet Master is that, but he's more of a get in your face, burst you down with the Voodoo Puppet, and then kind of kite you. He doesn't really sit there in the fight and just kind of pound in hits for extended periods of time, so to speak. So kind of a little bit of anti-synergy there. That's one criticism I have to their draft overall, but otherwise very solid. We'll see if they can get away with the tri-core lineup. We do have the single core lineup here on the Legion side. They final pick the Calamity. So if you did watch the tournament over the past weekend, Calamity, very strong performance. Need to actually forgot to add my command here so we can skip over the pauses. Now we should be good for the rest of the day. But the Calamity, she had a very strong performance this tournament. Very scary hero. She will be playing the position 1 here, so they will be looking to get her a good start. It looks like they'll be running an aggressive duo lane of Calamity and Moira. Voodoo Jester and Kraken will be in the mid lane, and then Moraxis will be going into the bot lane to solo. Which looks like he will be going up 1 versus 3 here. We have the Puppet Master tri-lane with Andromeda and Master of Arms. Triple ranged. Andromeda not the most ranged, but still triple ranged nonetheless. Good lockdown. All heroes having disables. So lots of damage coming out there throughout the tri-lane. Then we have the Wretched Hag, who's going to be going up 2 versus 1. It will be pretty difficult for her to get a lot of farm hit in this lane, but she should be getting the experience quite well. Then we have Lord Self-Forest. He's going to go 2 versus 1 against Calamity Moira. Actually, not too sure how well he's gonna do. That's a lot of pressure between the dragons and the shards of Harkon stun if they can just run at the Lord Self-Forest. And I don't know if he'll be tanky enough to kind of hold his ground in this lane once they get some levels up on the Calamity, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it looks like TimTeam. God, I'm gonna get this wrong so many times. They're setting themselves up to do very well in the laning phase. They're gonna be getting what they want out of the middle and the top lane, and it will just be Moraxis kind of taking the bullet here in the bot lane, going up against that Puppet Master and Andromeda. As we see, Master of Arms rotates into the mid lane. We now have a Hag Master of Arms lane against a Voodoo Jester Kraken. Not the most ideal lane composition, but double ranged going up against melee ranged. Could be scary nonetheless. The Kraken will have to eat lots of last hits when he goes to, or eat lots of harass when he goes to walk up for last hits. So they'll be looking to keep him kind of low on HP. So, interesting start here to the game. Lord Self-Forest going to do a pull here. That's going to get him some experience. Of course, I missed the Bloodlust kill. Wretched Hag actually goes down there. Voodoo Jester hits the level 2. I'm not sure if Kraken hit the charge, but I'm going to assume that he did. And Wretched Hag being very, very squishy in the early game, she only has, what's the 2.5 armor. Very, very squishy. And then once Kraken starts leveling up the Torrent, Wretched Hag is going to feel a very heavy auto attack from that splash, but that will be a little bit later. But she does go down for the Bloodlust kill, so TimTeam already off to a good start here, as they have the laning advantage as well as a Bloodlust kill. Have Invis Rune here on the Master of Arms. Big damage coming in from that auto attack of Kraken as he kind of walked by the splash there. So if we take a look at the creep farm, Calamity, she has the top creep farm in the game right now. So despite the Bloodlust kill going to Voodoo Jester, which makes sense, he is not the farming hero here. He's going to get caught out by the Acid Bomb, but looks like he'll be just fine. Wretched Hag does not have the bats, the Haunt as it's called, to slow Voodoo. He's leveling up that Sonar Scream. But Calamity, she's the top GPM right now at 20 and 5. Very impressive creep score. Then we have the Kraken at 18 and 4. So the top 2 farmers in the game belonging to the Legion side. Puppet Master, he's doing quite well. Going up 2 versus 1 here against the Moraxis. We'll see Puppet Show come out into a Comet Stun. Moraxis, he's going to TP on out. I think he's going to survive this actually. He ports to base. So he'll have to walk back down here, but he doesn't give up a kill. Good decision from him to teleport away. And yeah, Puppet Master, he has the 21 and 10. We're going to see Curse Ground here onto the Wretched Hag. A lot of damage, but I don't think with it only being a level 2 curse that will actually be enough for a kill. We'll see if it does or not, but looks like he should be fine. Survives with 50 life. He will health potion up. Lord Self-Forest getting dove here in the top lane. He's going for a return kill here on the Moira. He gets the Morse Certissima out, and Moira will fall. Lord Self-Forest picks up the Iron Shield on top of the power supply. And pretty heads up play there as he gets dove with the Mana Sunder, turns it around, gets a return kill. So game pretty even here to start things off, 4 minutes in. And although it is a little bit of a misstep there to give up a kill, they're still doing just fine with Calamity, out farming the Lord very, very well. He does have 18 last hits though, 2 versus 1, so the Lord has done pretty well up here for being in a bad situation. If we compare that to the Moraxis, who's also 2 versus 1, he is only 8 and 0 in creep farm, so the Lord Self-Forest doing much better in comparison. Caster's Curse, apparently he goes down there in the top lane. Too much damage from the Calamity. She gets level 5 now. She's level 3 Dragon's Path. That deals 70 damage every time a dragon hits. Kraken's going to take some pressure here, but he'll heal it up with the bottle eventually, it looks like. I'm expecting them to go for a dive here, but it looks like Marx is playing very, very safe. I see a puppet show come out, but just a little bit of harass. He's actually holding the skill points here on the Puppet Master. Quite interesting. Perhaps he wants to put more points in the whip later on. He even picks up the steam boots here. We're going to see a pretty deep dive coming out here. Kraken, the auto attacks. There's the power supply from Master Arms. Now Kraken's in a pretty vulnerable position. Acid Bomb is down. He's getting kited here. The Haunt is out, and Kraken, is he going to end up falling? He actually gets denied there as he had the Haunt debuff on him. So a bit of an overextension there in the mid lane. We will see the top rune spawn, invisibility, bottle, and the calamity. She'll pick that up. Hag's bottle will get refilled with the Merrick's rune. Lord Self-Forest, he could be in some trouble here. The Invis Voodoo Jester with the Cursed Ground. They have Sunder's Vault as well, ready to go. We now have Moira in the bot lane. She is going to stun up the Andromeda. Looks like Meraxis, he's going to go for this. Here comes the Quake Stun, and Andromeda the apple, and she will end up falling. Meanwhile, in the top lane, there's the Cursed Ground on top of the Sunder's Vault. This should be a dead Lord Self-Forest. So much damage coming in from the Calamity. I do expect that last tick of the Cursed Ground to take him out. He tries to heal up with his E as he nukes the wave, but that won't help him in the end. So we see the Andromeda falling in the bot lane. We see the Lord Self-Forest falling in the top lane. And now TimTeam has taken a 4-1 hero kill lead here. Puppet Master is level 6. We have the Master of Arms coming in here. They're trying to set up a kill on the Moira, but they are a little bit too scattered here. Ooh, big charge landing here from the Kraken as he actually grabs the Hag on the cliff there, but didn't go for the release of the Kraken. I believe he would have needed level 2 Tsunami charge there to set up his immobilize from that ultimate. Only the level 1, not enough lockdown for the immobilize to come out, so we have a fight going on down here though. Comes the Quake Stun onto Andromeda. Moira in the background going to stun up too. Looks like they're going to sacrifice the Andromeda here. She will go down. She gets Cursed Grounded up. And Calamity comes in for the kill assistance there. So they are now up 5-1 at 8 minutes in. But the gold lead, not too big of a gap, but 2,600 gold and 1200 experience is a pretty sizable lead here early on. We have double damage rune on the Hag. Kraken whipping the charge there, not too sure what that was about. The XD's coming out. That was pretty funny actually, I agree. But it is what it is. We actually now have more access rotate into the top lane. Here comes a Sunder's Vault in the bot lane as Calamity has kind of transitioned down to the bot lane for her farm. They get the kill on the Puppet Master, which is a pretty big kill. Master of Arms, he's getting auto attack down. Voodoo Jester will bring him down now. Andromeda's in trouble. This could be a hat trick for the team. Andromeda's all by herself. She might go for a return kill here, but the Mana Sunder comes out just in time to prevent that Comet Stun onto the Voodoo Jester there. So it ends up being a double tap for Moira. I believe, okay, Voodoo Jester got the second kill there on the Master of Arms, so now it's an 8-1 hero kill lead. It's starting to become a sizable lead here for TimTeam. As if we take a look at the GPM charts here, we have the 400 plus on the Calamity, Kraken number 2 here with 380. Puppet Master, he has had that good start, but with that death now in the bot lane, no kill participations at all. He's fallen down to only 365, where he's now rotated into the jungle. And he did max out the whip, so he was just holding the skill points in the early laning phase to kind of prevent pushing the creeps in favor of Moraxis. But now he'll look to kind of take over the jungle with the lifesteal. He's almost got the Elder Parasite finished. And we'll see the regen rune here at the 10-minute mark, picked up by Moraxis. Calamity, I believe, camped the bottom rune. So TimTeam picking up the both the runes here. Good rune control coming out from them. They have Voodoo Jester here in a flank position. They're going to go for a dive on the Master of Arms. This should be a very, very easy kill. The port's coming in. Master of Arms will go down. Voodoo Jester is in a pretty aggressive spot, though. He's going for the Cliff Walk, but here comes the Comet Stun. He's going to take him out in response. So they trade supports here. Looks like the kill on the Voodoo Jester was a bit more important there as the streak with the 330 gold. Moraxis and Hag going at it. Here comes the Quake Stun. Matrax, he's going to pop the regen rune. Big plays coming in from Moraxis as he takes out Wretched Hag there with the Matrax explosion, following up that Quake Stun. And Wretched Hag only on the 700 HP on those intelligence boots. A little bit too squishy there as Moraxis gets the burst on him, or on her in the end. Lord Sulfur is soaking up the mid lane now. He's going to try to get some recovery here. He's only sitting on 230 gold per minute. I would almost rather like to see the Lord in the jungle and the puppet kind of contesting the top lane, but they are giving a lot of space now to this Moraxis to recover. He's sitting on 300 gold per minute, and he's almost halfway to his portal key. It looks like he'll probably keep the red boots and perhaps just put those into Striders and get that early blink, as they are kind of portal key dependent here on the Legion side. But the tower here in the bot lane is being pressured in by both the Calamity and the Voodoo Jester. We have Andromeda and Master of Arms kind of making their way over, but we'll see if they want to defend this tower or not. Top lane, Moraxis, they're trying to find him here. They kind of know he's up here, they think he's up here. They don't know if he ported out or not, but as we can see, he's chilling in the trees here. The tower will fall. No resistance really. Master of Arms just kind of soaking the experience up here. Here comes the torrent onto Andromeda. Wretched Hag, she's going to throw out the sonar screen, but Kraken will charge backwards. He'll be fine. He's getting very close to portal key. And 437 gold per minute. They actually get the kill on Moraxis in the top lane. Okay, so it looks like he showed himself. I actually don't know how they spotted him, but they burned him down through the Matrax, so they needed that undying there to kind of help bring him down. Here comes the Comet Sun into the Moira Certissima. The smackdowns come out, and that will be a quick kill there on the Moira. So 2 kills going the way of Orcs of Newerth. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Master of Arms once again. He shows himself. He goes down to the cursed ground, it looks like, from Voodoo Jester. But they're not done just yet. Here comes the Bat Blast on Calamity. She's looking to turn it around with the Thunder's Vault. She dodges the Moira Certissima, but she still goes down in the end. Wretched Hag will blink out to safety. So they get 3 kills now on the side of Orcs of Newerth. They did lose their Master of Arms in the bot lane, but good kills nonetheless. They bring the lead down a little bit here. It's only 5,000 gold lead now, but still sizable lead here for the side of TimTeam. They now have their portal key picked up on the Kraken. And Moraxis, I actually lied. He goes the Ghost Marchers, so he's going to get the later portal key. So they will be relying on Kraken for those initiations for the time being. Wretched Hag, she's going to be in trouble. Here comes the release. The Kraken following up the Tsunami Charge. And that's a quick and easy kill. Wretched Hag once again melts. Just too squishy going down to that combination there from the Kraken. So shows off the fancy portal key, takes out the Wretched Hag, and she now falls down to 245 gold per minute. So Puppet Master, he is on his way to a shroud, it looks like. He picks up the Steam Staff. We see the mid tower fall here. Kraken gets that last hit. Moira is going to stun up the Master of Arms. Here comes the Arcane Vortex. Kraken might look to line up a Tsunami Charge. He jumps in. There's the splash with the torrent. Not even going to need that Tsunami Charge in the end. So Master of Arms, he falls once again. He's now 0 and 4. And we see some more aggression coming out from the side of TimTeam. They will have a defensive ward here placed, so they do kind of spot this out. They're going to play appropriately here. But this Kraken portal key, very, very scary, as they have lots of squishy targets. And they are lacking their own initiation, as they didn't really pick up a portal key style hero. We're gonna get the initiation here from Puppet Master. Kraken, he is going to fall. The damage from the Voodoo Puppet. It looks like he didn't even activate the Elder, so might have even forgot to do that. We see the Lord Self-Forest falling in the bot lane, the Spirit Ward being used, as well as the Sunder's Vault, it looks like. So kills happening on both the strength heroes for each team. But everyone besides the Puppet Master here for Hellborn not really doing all that great. The next highest farmer is Hag at 270 GPM, so not looking too good here for Orcs of Newerth. They've fallen behind quite a bit here, only 6 kills compared to the 14 from our Legion side. The Maraxis recovered quite well. He's now 350 gold per minute, and he's almost got enough money for a portal key. I believe this wave, sell the shield perhaps, and he might even have enough gold. Might need about another 100 or so, but he's getting very close here to that portal key. I think he'll sell the shield here, and that will give him enough gold. So I did actually do the math. Good job by me. Yeah, so Wretched Hag, she could be in some trouble now. This could be a solo kill. The Matrax is going to be popped, and boom goes the dynamite, as Breaky would always say. Meanwhile, in the river here, we see Voodoo Jester getting picked off by Puppet and Moa. Acid Bomb assisting for a kill. Puppet Master, he has the Shroud with the Veiled Rot. Who is he looking for, though, is the question. They're going to spot out the Moira here. Is he going to go for this kill? He's going to Shroud up. And there's the open with the Puppet hold. The auto attacks, the crit comes out. But now Maraxis is here. Is the team support going to get here in time? The Shroud is down, and he's going to need a swap from Andromeda. It looks like Puppet Master is going to fall. There was no swap from the Andromeda. And there's the Sunder's Vault with the Release the Kraken on top. So much damage coming in, and a massive team fight capitalization coming out from the side of TimTeam as they pick up 3 kills responding to that death on Moira. So big kills happening as the ports come in, and the ultimate's lining up beautifully. Moa is now in some trouble. He is very far away from his team. He's going to go for the port, but that was very hopeful. I think he needed to use Master's Call before trying to go for that, but maybe there was a misclick or something. Goes for the TP on very low life, not going to be successful. So that Maraxis portal key really coming into play now. He's all the way up to 400 gold per minute. He's almost up there with the Puppet Master now. So it is now 19 to 8 hero kills at the 18-minute mark. Wretched Hag, it looks like she's possibly going for a gnome. She gets it completed there. But still very squishy, only 800 life against heroes like the Maraxis and the Kraken with so much burst with their portal keys. She's going to need to really kind of bulk up, maybe pick up something like that Staff of the Master to kind of help her survive in team fights. Puppet Master, safe to say he needs his Shrunken Head. Should look to pick up a Mighty Blade here, but they're going to go for a Kongor. With Lord Self-Forest tank in the way. He's not really that tanky though, only on the 1200 life with the vestments. Looks like he's building into a tablet perhaps. Maybe even a Grimoire of Power. We'll have to see what he decides to go for here. Looks like Legion kind of has an idea this is going on, but it's going to fall nonetheless. Here comes the Sunder's Vault. The Moira Arcane Vortex, I believe, missed, but they do get the kill there onto the Lord Self-Forest. Kraken catching the Andromeda off to the side. So they get the Kongor, but they end up losing 2 players. So could argue if that was worth it in the end. Marevort coming out here, going to spot out the Puppet Master gank. Maraxis reacting with that Arcane Shield appropriately. Wretched Hag, she's going to get spotted here by the Voodoo Jester. There's the Curse Ground into the Spirit Ward. I don't think that was going to be enough damage, but here comes Puppet Master catching the Maraxis, and Kraken, he will get a one-man charge stun onto the Release the Kraken. They get the Moa kill, but better kills happening for the side of Orcs as they pick off that Maraxis. They're thinking about re-engaging, but with Kraken in the nearby area, they will not look to re-engage. Meanwhile, down at the bot lane, Calamity, all by herself, pushes in the tier 2 tower. They don't even address her. She picks up the Searing Light. She's going to be well on her way now to that full Dawnbringer, as she is 520 gold per minute. We have 800 gold here on the Puppet Master. I believe he's got part of his shrunken head picked up. He was sitting on quite a lot of gold. They're going to dust here expecting Puppet to be shrouded. And it looks like he actually, I think he might have spotted that out. And that's his cue now. He's thinking about going in here as he's getting the team support. But they're not going to find Voodoo Jester hiding in the trees. Moira has already exited the top lane. Master of Arms, he will run into the Moira here. He throws out the overcharge shot into the Acid Bomb, but no portal keys once again on the side of Hellborn. Moira, she's going to tank that Acid Bomb damage. Here comes the Arcane Vortex, going to be locking down the Wretched Hag. Here comes the stun into the Mana Sunder. The swap, though, from Andromeda. Will Wretched Hag make the escape? Here comes the charge from Kraken, and the splash will take out Wretched Hag. Sunder's Wealth is down, but there was a tablet onto the Andromeda. She will end up falling nonetheless, and now Puppet Master, he's all by himself. He's locked down in the Release the Kraken, and he will fall. It's 3 players dead the way of TimTeam, and now Moraxis, he's chasing onto this Lord Self-Forest, but he will get too far into the base, so Moraxis will fall back, and it's 4 kills in the end for nothing, going the way of TimTeam, as they now take a 15,000 golden experience lead, with Calamity once again leading the way, with Kraken right there behind. The shrunken head picked up on the Kraken here. Very, very massive pickup for them, as there is lots of magical damage coming out from the side of Hellborn. So being able to negate that here at the 20-minute mark, very, very impactful. We see 1,300 gold saved up on the Calamity now. She will most likely be working towards her own shrunken head. A deny coming out here from the Lord Self-Forest on the tower. 1 versus 3. Nice deny there, as they might not have been expecting any resistance there, as they were dead on most of their heroes. But they will now turn their attention here toward the triple stacked Ancients, and possibly a Kongor as well, as they are all in the area here. We see we still see no progression toward the Shrunken here from the Puppet Master, which I do find to be very questionable. I feel like he had gold for something, and you know, just replace the hatchet with like Warhammer or Mighty Blade. Gonna do a lot more than that extra what is it, 8 damage against creeps or something like that. It's very, very minimal. So the Kongor, it will fall very, very quickly here, as they have plenty of damage. Able to take that out. They don't even need a lifesteal carry, as they group up as 5 there and do that. They're gonna sacrifice their tier 1 tower here in the bot lane, but I think they'll be happy with the Kongor. No token gonna come out here, as the Hellborn Kongor is not respawning for quite some time. But we do almost have the Hellflower picked up on Moraxis. He's got 2 out of 3 of the Arcana pieces. So again, the Moraxis recovered very, very well this game, 400 GPM. Moira, she has a portal key, but maybe forgot there that the portal key goes on cooldown when you spawn that forge, so not going to be able to get that jump stun that they were looking for. They might get the Arcane Vortex here on the Master of Arms though, but it looks like Moira stutter stepped there, so they're not going to catch him out initially. And they will all fall back. They do have Kraken up in the top lane, so they would have been taking a 4 versus 5 fight. Not too sure if they were comfortable taking that fight, but they are at a pretty large lead that they might just be able to win that fight nonetheless. But Barbed Armor picked up on the Kraken. Pretty interesting choice considering how far ahead he is. But we're going to have an open here on the Puppet Master. Big Voodoo Jester stun bouncing between 2. He's going to get the double curse count. Here comes the Thunder's Vault on top. And Puppet Master, despite the swap, he's going to melt. The Arcane Vortex is going to save him for now. A defensive... that's the Arcane Vortex in the other team, but he will fall nonetheless. Release the Kraken down in the background. Voodoo Jester picks up the double tap, and the second double tap coming out for Calamity. It's a near genocide as Master of Arms makes the escape, but beautiful start there as the acid cocktail bouncing between 2, really holding them in place there. Buying time for the team support to get there in time and set up that team fight. So I think it's becoming too large of a lead now for the side of TimTeam, as I don't really think Orcs of Newerth has the fighting power in them that they were hoping to get to at this point. The Wretched Hag, the Lord Self-Forest are not farmed enough to really compete with the rest of the squad here as Puppet Master. He's still lacking that shrunken head to hold his ground in team fights, so we're gonna have a port in with the post haste here from Voodoo Jester. Miraxis, he goes for the Quake Stun, but maybe mistimed that portal key jump there, so didn't get the initiation he was looking for. Kraken, he's gonna charge backwards. Moira, no, she's just going to stall them if anything. It looks like TimTeam will fall back here, not the most mana on the Kraken, so he'll just do a little nifty cliff walk there, and he'll call it a day. But there's the Shrunken picked up on Calamity. We got post haste on the Voodoo Jester. I'm not really a big fan of the post haste on the supports, but given the state of the game, it's not going to really matter too much. They're just too far ahead that this pickup is not going to really impact the game all that much. But generally, we would see stuff like the tablets, the storms, maybe even something like a portal key, or he could build into Staff of the Master. But not really too many great staff effects on the rest of his team. So Arcane Vortex here on the Hag. They don't get the Mana Sunder off in time or the stun, so she's able to blink away just fine there. Moraxis, I believe he's about to finish his Hellflower, so this looks like an item they're waiting for, as he might snipe that last creep with the axe, and then he'll pick up the Hellflower there. Puppet Master is all by himself here. He goes for the port. Huge damage coming in from the Calamity. He's not able to escape that, and again, he can't pick up the Shrunken. I'm actually not sure if he bought it or if he might still be missing one of the pieces. But yeah, 380 gold per minute. When one carry solos the other carry, you generally kind of know that that's not a good sign. Lord Self-Forest, he might get caught here by the Miraxis. He's coming in. Here comes the Choo-Choo Train, the Hellflower, the Axis. Here comes the swap from Andromeda. No shield was proc, but the Coconut is bouncing back and forth between the Illusion and Andromeda. She will sacrifice herself to save the Lord Self-Forest, but meanwhile, the Master of Arms also gets caught here by both the Calamity and the Kraken. They did use the Shrunken there on the Kraken to pick up that kill, but getting 2 more kills with the Puppet Master down, they will look to now break the base. And I think this is where we will start to see the beginning of the end take into effect, as we now have Calamity at 600 gold per minute. 2,000 gold saved up on her. She can kind of build into any kind of damage item now, I think, at this point. And it will translate very, very well for them. We're going to have the jump here from Miraxis, the Hellflower on top, and that will be a quick burst there on the Lord Self-Forest. He's really not that tanky, only sitting on 200 gold per minute. Moira in the background, setting up the Kraken charge. Release the Kraken on top of the Wretched Hag. Here comes the Arcane Vortex. I missed who was in there. It was nobody. Not the best Arcane Vortex, but here comes a 3-man Thunder's Vault, the Quake Stun on top, and that's going to be the burst onto both the Master of Arms and the Andromeda. There was no buybacks even happening there, as the GGs are called. The tower falls, and game number 1 will fall here in favor of TimTeam, as they take a 28-minute victory here, nearing the 30k golden experience margin. So a great game number 1 here from the side of TimTeam. We'll see if Orcs of Newerth can respond in the next game, as we will go on a very short break. I will pull up the replay here for game number 2, and we will get started very shortly and continue the quarterfinals match here between TimTeam and Orcs of Newerth. So